We're at a time and place now, you guys, where basically, this is including me, everybody is a critic. You know, everybody feels like, we know what's right, we know what's wrong. We have certain outlets who make money and just change the culture, which I don't like to use the term like everybody else, but who change it really changes the system. When it comes to, I guess, IBMD, they have their own rating system. Rotten Tomatoes, which is the Bible to some people, has its own rating system. But at the end of the day, every single rating system out there, whether it's a percentage from 0% to 100, whether it's 1 through 4, 1 through 10, 1 through 5 stars, that you have that a lot, 5 stars, 4 stars. Some people do 10. Just it's unclear how we truly can rate movies nowadays, and for real people, real critics, real. Even if you're not a real critic, how do you tell somebody, okay, like when you're talking to your friends, like everybody always says, well, Rotten Tomatoes got it at 80%, so it must be that means nothing. It means nothing, really. Well, this, that, and the third got 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars. Have you ever watch this? Have you ever seen a movie that was rated horribly? Not just off by a little bit, but have you ever seen something that was rated horrible? 80%, 90% Rotten Tomatoes, and it's trash. 4 stars, 4.5, IBMD, and it's horrible. 3 star, 2 star movies that are alright. Rotten Tomatoes 50%, and the movie is great. I feel like I know that I have a way that can combat all that. The own system in place where you gotta stop doing it by percentages. You gotta stop doing it by stars. Um, it it's a different era now, and I think this time we need to start putting movies in tiers. That's just how we do it, and I can break down to you now. Watches the basically the 4 tiers of movies, or basically 4 tiers of movie criticism. You know, every stage, how to find review, and basically analyze and classify these movies the correct way, because this just hasn't been the right way, yo. It's flawed, super flawed. Percentage, like we already know that. So it's like, first of all, like I said, most of us use Rotten Tomatoes to judge just like a percentage, which is just it's just never accurate. We just judge it like that, like because of it's a big name movie, most of the times. Like, let's keep it real. Star Wars, what was that? The Force Awakens, that first new one of the. Come on, man. I don't gotta be the one to say it. I ran about it all the time. That was 90%, 80% crazy on Rotten Tomatoes. That was trash, man. Movie was horrible, man. Movie was straight caca. It was just bad. It just was. And I remember clearly and vividly when I was saying, not only to people, on the socials, but in real life, that this was a horrible movie because this, that, and the third is a horrible movie because Ray, like, come on, she don't know nothing about the force and beats a nigga that's 10 years in, and she just whips his ass. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not getting into that. But I said to multiple people it was a trash movie. You know what they got at me with? You know what they said to me? Scored high on Rotten Tomatoes, though. You know what I mean? Like IBMD, they did. Like, they started sounding like Yogi Bear to me. That's what they started sounding like, to try to say, oh, Rotten Tomatoes, like Rotten Tomatoes is Bible. It's just not. It's just a very, everything's flawed to a certain extent, but it's very flawed a percentage. Like I said, it should go in tiers. That's what it should go in, and we just gotta find a way, and I think I found a way to judge it correctly, man. Should be classified correctly. And like I said, over time though, as movies age, like things can happen to different tiers. So let me get into that. Watch this. You got, of course, like anything, you have the fourth tier, tier four, right? It's just basically, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Just creating a movie and getting it done, to me, is the first stage. That should be the tier four. Like that is what I rate that as. Like to keep it in this stage, it's like it's a hard thing. Being not only a director, a writer, a cinematographer, the camera crew, any part of the cast, the writing team, acting, like scores, like all these things takes place in making a movie. So like even getting the green light and money behind it and going through that process and having all the what I call like the Fab Five of movie of basic movie components. If you have that in there with the writing, directing, the screenwriting, the acting, and this, excuse me, pardon me, and the cinematography, like, and and the score. So I guess that's sick. Like, you got it. You created something. You created something that so many people take for granted. You know, um, I don't care what it's about. I don't care what it's. Look, it could be wrapped around. Like it could be I saw some shit the other day. What was it called? Jurassic. Some Jurassic space shit. I don't know what the fuck that shit was called. But I took 5 minutes of that and laughed my ass off, man. But just keep it a buck. Jurassic in space or some shit. Jurassic universe or some bullshit. I was like, how does Steven Spielberg not sue the fuck out these niggas for I mean, look, you can't control the word Jurassic, but and I know it's copyright, after but it was just so bad. Like I didn't even stick around just the what's it called, CGI of that shit was straight out the paper, like the '70s. I think that might have been the first CGI ever. That trash ass movie, Jurassic Universe. I don't know what that shit was called. Jurassic Alien, some bullshit. It was on another planet. But let me get out of that. Like I said, just creating it, even that trash movie, just creating it puts you in the fourth tier. To me, you don't even have to have anything great or anything good to be in the fourth tier. Those are for, you did, this is what it is. You accomplished a dream. You accomplished something. Like, I'm not mad at that. I'm never mad at that, even if I'm a harsh critic. And for my watchers who know me, I'm a harsh critic when it comes to movies. All types of movies. The dramas, the the thrillers is my vibe. That's my thrillers, horror, psychological thrillers. That I in horrors I critique the harshest because those are me. It's part of me, truly. But comedies, action, I love as well. Like I love all movies. I love all films. I love all TV. I love it. It's part. It's truly. It's in my blood. You know. It's just I critique harshly because I'm the guessing king. I'm a guessing king. I see where the twists. I see where the angles are before they get there. So it's so hard for me to judge certain movies. But when it comes to tier four, like I said, that is for you guys. That is for the community. That's for the cinematic community. It's for the film community. It's for the TV community. You accomplished a feat. It's tier four regardless of what you do. That's how I truly look at it. Like I no matter how harsh I am, that's how I truly look at it. And I think that's where we should be ranked. It shouldn't be a 0 star, 1 star, 10. Like a 10%, a 20%. No, man. You know what? These people created something. So at the end of the day, put them in the fourth tier. At least they deserve that much. They deserve that much without basically shitting on them and saying you're 10%, you're this and third. Tier four, look, it's four tiers. At the end of the day, your movie can move up at some point. Your movie can be great, but just keep them at the fourth tier. I just feel like it shows that this is what your beginning stage. This is your beginning tier. You know, instead of humiliating them and it's making them look so bad with a 1 star or a 10%. I seen an 8% on some shit. And look, these people worked a while. They put their hard work into this. They put their hard work earned money into this. Everybody's not gonna make it, man. Everybody's not gonna become great at a passion of this, a passion of what they do. But they deserve that fourth tier. They deserve to wear that proudly. You know what I mean? So that's just what I feel about that. And after that, that's when look the next tier up is just let's keep it a buck. It's when things get real. It's like I said, that's tier three. You know what I mean? Tier three when it comes to this to my basically system of movie critique, of movie criticism, of just film, you know? And like I said, it should all go by tiers. Tier three, that basically consists of like as you can imagine, like I feel like two or more of the big five when it comes to creating a movie and the importance of it. Like I said it might be six, but I'm gonna name them off again. Directing, very important, man. Cinematography, so important, man. It makes the movie. These things make the movie. The writing of the movie, the script, the writing of that. It's just like the plot. That is my bag. The plot, where things go from there. How you can keep us so on edge, on entertained, even just the dialogue, going on with the characters. It brings the characters to life with everything. It just brings it to life. So where was I at? Oh, the acting. I mean, we don't need to know. Come on, acting makes the film. It's these are all parts. These are all parts. You see what I'm saying? Uh, and also, like I said, in the score, I forgot how many I named. What did I name? Directing, cinematography, acting, uh, score. Um, am I on writing? So that's Fab Five of it. So it's like you gotta have two or more of these. So either you gotta have either great acting, great directing, great acting, great cinematography, great directing, maybe a great score. Great music. It compels us. Other things are lacking. Maybe the acting is there and the writing is there, but everything else might be off. Maybe it's great directing and great acting. Like whatever way you want to mix the components of making a film, making a series, it's got to be two or more there that are standout things. Two or more things that are standouts that are very good, very solid. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. It doesn't have to be classic, but two standouts or more. But I mean, basically just two standouts mainly, and that will get you into tier. That will get you into tier three. I feel like. Well, actually, no. I take. Sorry, pardon me. One, one of those main things will get you into tier three. Sorry, I'm up there skipping ahead, so you already know what's next. Tier two, and I feel like that's two or more of them. Two or more of the main components of the Fab Five I told you of movies, of movie making, and that's like I said, the directing, the acting, the cinematography, the score, and the writing. Those five things, if they have two or more in that is tier two. It's tier two. So these movies can, like I said, they can be adjusted. They can be adjusted by how they age or digress with time, like all movies do. Like all movies do. But they should all go in tiers. Like tier two is gold level. Two or more on these things. So if you have two or more that are outstanding, that are great, the second tier. Now when it comes, like I said, to the first tier, like I don't Like I don't want to have to say that these are classics, right? Like the all time, like look, the all time greats, the Godfathers, the Lawrence of Arabias, the E.T.s, the Goodfellas, the Shinings, the goats of movies, the goats of films. Like these are the tier ones. Like I don't have to. You don't have to have every single thing perfect. You don't have to have all five of the Fab Five of movie making to me, but it's gotta be, like I said, a lot. It's gotta be at least probably three up, four. Like it's gotta be. I don't want to say low key flawless because it's some movies nowadays in this era. I feel like it's tier one. It's out there, out there. They are out there. I put, not gonna lie, like, and a lot of people might disagree with this, but Interstellar. You know, the movie Interstellar to me is a tier one movie. It's tier one. That's an example of a tier one movie to me. That's newer, and that's just not, whether it's a Hitchcock films or like Rear Window or certain films back in the day, The Godfathers, Lawrence of Arabia's, like The Shining's, like everything doesn't have to be older. It just has to fit the criteria of basically four of the Fab Five. It's gotta all come together. It's gotta almost be, nothing's perfect, but it's gotta be damn near close, man. It's gotta fit all the categories, damn near. Like I said, it can let one of the five can be okay, but you gotta have damn near the Fab Five of creating movies to be a tier one movie. You just damn near gotta be it, man. It's nothing close. Tier one is hard to get to, and that's off my criticism with movies. It's hard to get there. That's with anything, but we can't keep laxing when it comes to these movies. Like Rotten Tomatoes giving it 90%, nigga. That is a that's an A. That would be considered tier one to me. And you can't have shit just because it's a popular movie like Star Wars. Be in there. Just because it's a popular movie and just because it sold a lot of, just because it sold a lot, doesn't mean shit. So I hate, like I said, Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't do it. It's not a great scale. It's nothing. It has no scale. IBMD, I love you. They're probably more accurate than Rotten Tomatoes, but still, what scale are we going off of? Really, just people voting? Just voting? That's it? Is that what we go off of? Is that the same thing with Rotten Tomatoes? That's it? Voters? That's what we gonna go with? No, man. We don't really break it down. We don't really judge it for what it is as a piece of art. That's what it is. Just not if you like it or not. Oh, I like the actress in it. Let me vote this 100. I like this, I like that about it. Oh, I related so much to it. It's 100. No, these days have to be over when it comes to really judging film. Those days are over. Let's put them where they should be in the tiers they should be in. Tier 4, 3, 2, and 1 being the highest. 1 being the classics. 4 being, look, I'm not against participation awards, but tier 4, it's the closest thing you'll get to. Like I said, this takes hard work. We gotta relate. We have to give them their props of even putting out a film. That's tier 4. 3 and 2 is where it matters. That's where it truly matters. So these are the things that should be accomplished the way you put these things in. This is where you put these things. You know what I mean? You put them in the 4 tiers. And to be honest, like down the road, work in process, but might even give them, I don't even know if I want to give them the tier 5 for the just doing it to do it, or just being accomplished, but I want to give them that tier 4. But I feel like they should all be in tiers. That's how we should judge it. And we should really judge the movies based on the Fab Five of creating movies. The Fab Five ways, the 5 parts and the 5 ways of creating and making a movie. The elements. Just like how hip hop has the five elements. Movie making and artists and directors and writers and we as movie people, we as want to be aspiring movie people, we have elements as well. So like I said, the five elements to me of making movies, like I said, the five parts that put it all together is directing, writing, acting, cinematography, and the score. Like we know the camera work, we know that's there, but it falls under all these five. The five elements of making a movie. So look man, watch us. Tell me what you think in the comments, man. It's the first time really want you guys to really I wanna know what you think. Like and subscribe but I want you guys to tell me for real. What tiers, how many tiers do you think it should be? I want you guys. I need your help. This is the blueprint to me of the tiers. But what do you think it should be based off the tiers when it comes to making a movie or making a TV series? What do you think it should be judged? Is it the five elements of making film, making a movie? Should it be something else? Am I missing something to you? Should it be five tiers? Should it be five tiers? Or should it only be four? It's up to you guys, watchers, but man, this is C Dot. Your man C Dot the critic. And till next time, watchers, keep watching.